So I was having a debate earlier with my atheist friend, and I asked him if God didn't exist, where did the whole universe come from? And he said that there was absolutely nothing, and then that nothingness was so hot and dense that it expanded into everything. And so that confused me. And if anyone knows me from high school, they know I'm not good at science, but just that whole sentence just flabbergasted me. So I had to go research it and figure out if he was explaining it wrong or what the deal was. So what I found out was the best scientific answer to the beginning of the universe is the Big Bang Theory, which posits that the universe expanded from an extremely hot, dense singularity approximately 13.8 billion years ago. Key aspects of the scientific explanation: expansion, not explosion. The Big Bang was not an explosion in space, but a rapid expansion of space itself. The early universe was in a hot, dense state, sometimes referred to as a singularity, where classical physics breaks down. Following this, the universe underwent rapid inflation, followed by cooling, allowing for the formation of subatomic particles, nuclei, and eventual atoms. While it explains the evolution of the universe, it does not explain the origin of the singularity itself or what existed before. And so throughout all my research, the explanation for the origin of the universe always starts after the singularity. It there's no paper, doctor, professor, scientist, whatever, that can explain where this singularity came from. And I think that's where science really starts to break down, is they can say there's a Big Bang theory and it expanded and did this, but what caused that? How did absolutely nothing become hot and dense? And so it says in the Bible a lot how God is the creator, and how creation is the best evidence of the creator. So I'll just read a couple verses here. It says in Romans 1:20, for his invisible attributes, namely his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived, even since the creation of the world and the things that have been made, so they are without excuse. And in Psalms 19:1, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. And then Psalm 104:24 to 25, O Lord, how manifold are your works. In wisdom have you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. And if you guys know me, you know I like my early church fathers. So I couldn't keep going without at least quoting one. So we got Theophilus of Antioch, and this is from around 180 AD. And he says, for as a ship, when it is seen on the sea, is believed to have a pilot, so also we must believe that God is the pilot of the whole universe, though he be not visible to the eyes of the flesh. For the very creation itself, in its order and arrangement, speaks of its creator. Right in that last line, for the very creation itself, in its order and arrangement, speaks of its creator. That's what I was kind of talking about. The creation proves its creator just by how fine-tuned everything is. So now, I quoted some scripture, I read an early church father, but if I was having this conversation again with my atheist friend, he would not listen to any of that because they weren't scientists. So I found some scientists. And the first one is Werner Heisenberg, and he's a quantum physics pioneer. And he says, the first gulp from the glass of natural sciences will make you an atheist, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you. And then everyone should know Albert Einstein, a theoretical physicist. Everyone who is seriously committed to the cultivation of science becomes convinced that in all the laws of the universe is manifest a spirit vastly superior to man. And Charles Darwin, the godfather of evolution: I have never denied the existence of God. I think the theory of evolution is fully compatible with faith in God. And I agree. So I think it shows that some of the greatest minds in science believed in a higher power and in a God. And I think the more you dive into science, you're going to come to the conclusion of God, because God is the creator of everything. He created science. So science isn't going to contradict him. But lastly, I just wanted to go over when I said that creation proves a creator because of how fine-tuned everything is. I just wanted to go over some quick facts. The cosmological constant. This constant, which drives the expansion of the universe, is fine-tuned to within 1 part in 10 to the power of 120. If it were slightly larger, the universe would expand too rapidly for stars or galaxies to form. Slightly smaller, and it would have collapsed immediately. Gravity. If gravity were stronger, stars would burn out too quickly for life to develop. If it were weaker, stars would never have been formed in the first place. The 3 billion genetic letters in the human genome are precisely ordered. Scientists have never observed code arising from inanimate matter by chance. Code requires an intelligent programmer. The origin of life. The origin of the first simplest life form remains a mystery, as it requires both the genetic code and the machinery, proteins, to read it simultaneously. A chicken and egg problem that suggests purposeful design. Beyond the universe-wide constants, our solar system and planet exhibit over 200 parameters that must be exactly right for life to survive. I found this part super interesting. So I'll just give you a quick couple examples. The Earth's distance from the sun. If it was a little bit closer by just a few feet, we would burn to a crisp, and a little bit farther by a few feet, we'd be frozen. The size of our moon, the protective magnetic field, the precise mix of atmospheric gases, and the presence of giant planets like Jupiter to draw away asteroids. And I just think it's amazing, like, just how precise everything has to be. By a couple feet this way or a couple feet this way or a couple degrees, everything could collapse. And so I think that one sentence, for the very creation itself in its order and arrangement, speaks of its creator. And I think that sums it up perfectly. Just, if you look at everything around you, I don't see how you could come to any other conclusion that there is an all powerful, ever knowing God that has created everything. And I think once you accept that, it awakens up your spirit to something beautiful, and you can see something more beautiful in the world around you. So thanks for listening today, guys, and God bless.